Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply, Arya. Reply, please. If you are hearing me properly, then reply. Okay, Namal, very nice of you. Now I'm waiting for some other students so that they will join me for this online class. You know that we are giving you the revision lectures during this whole week and we are still continuing it. These lectures are so much helpful for you. I think you are taking so much help from those lectures, from these lectures. And if you have missed any part of it, you can go through the Google Classroom and find out the video and see it again and again. Now do the practice of all the topics which I have repeated here during these revision online classes, like translations, letter, application. You have to do practice of all these things in your rough notebooks, as well as do the practice for conversion of sentences, tenses, voices and narrations. These are very important topics. You have to do practice of all of them in your rough notebooks again and again. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. This is English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 68. The topic here for the revision is essay writing. Now, first of all, I want to discuss about the definition of essay, that what is an essay? An essay is a short piece of writing on a particular subject, or you can say that on a particular topic. Okay, it is a short piece of writing. Short piece doesn't mean only one paragraph. It is said that we are writing the details in the essay for about a particular topic. It means when you are starting to write, when you start to write an essay, you should know what are the steps to write an essay. There are some particular steps which must be followed to write a good essay. The first one is brainstorm the topic. That means you have to, when you are reading or when you are getting a topic or writing an essay, some points come to your mind directly. And you also have to think about some other points about the topic, and then these points should be noted down, should note down into a rough notebook, and this is known as the brainstorming of the topic. That means thinking about the topic uh, directly, and those points which come to your mind, you should note down those points in your rough notebook. The second step to write an essay is to research the topic. Research the topic means to collect details or to collect information about the topic, and there are many ways to collect the information. The most suitable and most powerful uh, way of collecting the information today is internet. You can go to the Google and find out any information about anything or any topic. So collect the information from the internet. You can also collect the information from the books. You can also collect the information from the newspapers and the magazines and any media sources. And then you have to note down all the research points on a short piece of paper or on a in a rough notebook, so that when you start writing an essay, you have got a lot of points and a lot of information about the topic, so that it will be easier for you to compile all the points in the form of the essay. Now there are some more steps. The third one is develop main content. It means you have to sort out the important points. It means if you are collecting 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, all not of them are having the much importance. Some are little important than the others. So leave those points and sort out the most important points and which are so much attractive as well to, and note down them again on a separate piece of paper. I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm telling you some more steps to write an essay. The fourth one is outline the essay. It means when you have collected the important points and you have done the sorting of the important points, then you have to decide about the points for each paragraph. Actually, you have to select any one point for each paragraph, the most important ones. Because if you know about the body part of the essay, that means you know that there are three parts of an essay: introduction, body, and conclusion. So these steps are mostly for the body part of an essay. And when you are outlining the essay, it means if you are deciding about the important points of for each paragraph, then you will easily write the details in different paragraphs. So if you want to make three paragraphs in the body part, it means you have to select three important points from the your own points which you have already collected, and these are called the outlining, or you can say the selection of the uh, top important information for each paragraph. Now the last step is to write the essay. That means compile all points in paragraphs. You have to select all the paragraph important points which you have already selected and compile all points in the form of paragraphs. Okay. I hope you have understood till here. Now I move to the parts of an essay which you have already known that you have done many essays previously in different classes, and you should know that there are three parts of an essay. Introduction, that means you have to write about the background of the essay, then body part, which can be written in 3 paragraphs or more if you want to write. And in the third paragraph, that is called the conclusion, in which you are doing the sum up of the essay, and this paragraph should have some message or moral, so that your essay can be completed by writing all three parts of the paragraph. Now I come to each of them one by one in detail. I want to discuss these points in detail. The first one is introduction. That you know that it is the starting point of the essay or the beginning part of an essay. So the introduction of an essay is written in the first paragraph. Okay, because it is the beginning point. So it must be written in the first paragraph. The introduction should attract the reader's attention. It means introduction should be so powerful and it had got some most important points so that the readers could attract towards them, and uh, they know they have to read the whole essay. Next one is a dialogue, information, or a quote can be written. It means to make your introduction attractive to the people or to the reader, you should add a dialogue related to the topic, any famous information about the topic, or any quote by some famous person about the topic. You can write them in introduction paragraph, or it can also be called as introductory paragraph. Now we come to the body part of the paragraph. You know that it is the middle part of the essay, and it is the essay writing. So it has to be written in the middle of introduction and conclusion. we can make at least 3 paragraphs of the body part. Some, it may be possible that you can make 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs, 2 paragraphs, whatever you want, depending upon the topic as well as the information collected by you. You can make different paragraphs for the body part. But remember that for each paragraph, you have to select some important point, and the other lines of the same paragraph must be related to that point. The body of an essay explains or describes the topic. Actually, this is the part where we give the explanation or the description about the topic. Your own thoughts and ideas about the topic has been written here. Now, next is each main idea in the outline is written in separate paragraph, which I have told you that you have to select the or outline the topic. It means you have to select some important point or one important point to be written in the one paragraph, and the supporting ideas about that line you should be written in the same paragraph. But all the points you have selected during the outlining of the essay, they must be written in separate paragraphs. Each paragraph begins by writing the main idea, which I have already told you, that is the outlining. When you were doing, have done the outlining, actually you have selected the main idea. All the supporting ideas are written in the same paragraph, and all the ideas which are related to that main idea, please remember that the main idea is to be written in separate paragraphs, and all supporting ideas which are related to the main idea or which are connected to the main ideas, they must be written in the same paragraphs. If you are making 3 paragraphs, it means you must have 3 main idea points. I hope you have understood till here. Now I move to the conclusion part or the concluding part of an essay. That means the last paragraph on an essay. It is also the most important point or most important part of the essay, because you have to sum up all your points you have written before. And it should be written in the last part of the essay. So it is called the end of the topic as well. The conclusion brings the end of the topic. The conclusion of an essay is written in the last paragraph because it is the ending, so it must be written in the last paragraph. It sums up all the ideas about the topic. It means whatever you have written before in the introduction, in the body part, you have to sum up all the ideas and give a message or the conclusion here in the last paragraph about the topic. Now, like introduction, conclusion must be so much attractive. So it should consist of some strong sentences. Strong here means the powerful sentences which can attract the attention of the reader, so that she or he can feel or get some knowledge or some message from the essay, so that they could remember this topic or the information about the topic for the whole life or for a longer period of time. These sentences keep the place in the reader's mind. Why these strong sentences must be written here? Because they keep their place in the reader's mind, and reader cannot forget those points for a longer period of time or throughout their lives. Now I want to discuss about the kinds of essays. You all know that you have done many essays and written many essays in previous classes as well as in this session, but you must know that there are 3 kinds of essays, and you have to write the essays under their heading so that you can understand them more. There are 3 kinds of essay. Number 1 is descriptive essay. Number 2 is narrative essay. Number 3 is compare and contrast essay. Descriptive, as the name suggests, you all know that it is the description or the explanation of the thing or the object or the person in very much detail. Narrative essay means when we narrate something, it means like in narrations, we are narrating the actual words of the speaker in our own sentences. Similarly, we can narrate the incident or any event in our own words. It means narrative essay can be written in the form of a story. Now, the third one is compare and contrast essay. You know that when comparison is there, there must be two things. So it means whenever there are two things given for comparison and contrast, you can write these kind of essays. Now we come to their details one by one. We come to the descriptive essay first. A descriptive essay describes a person, a place, or a thing. It means when we are writing a descriptive essay, we can write in the three ways. When we describe a personality, when we describe a place, or when we describe a thing. Actually, where the description of the things are related to primary classes, so it is not so much important for you, and there will be no topic for you given in the examinations. You have to be written about the details of the person or a place. Okay, so you have to describe a person or a place by giving certain topics to write in the form of descriptive essays. A descriptive essay includes important details about the person, place, or thing in such a manner that the readers can create a picture in their mind about the person, place, or thing being described. What is the way of writing the essay? Descriptive essay, it means you have to describe the personality or the thing or a place in such a manner or in such an easiest way that the reader can create or imagine about the person or the place. So you have to describe in so much details or in so much attractive way so that the people can create in his mind the complete picture of the person, place, or thing which you have described in the form of the essay. Now I have written here some of the important points you have to keep in mind when you are writing the descriptive essay. These are some of the details to be written about the person. It means if you're writing about some personality, you should keep in mind that these details must be added in your essay. Now there is the first one is general description. General description means it starts from moving from general to specific. It means when you are writing the introduction. This is about the introduction, that when you are writing the introduction, you should write about some of the famous personalities and then come to your favorite month. Okay, because when we are starting about writing the introduction, then it means we have to write about some important personalities first, and then we come to our specific personality about which we are writing the essay. Then we come to the physical description. Physical description means about the physical appearance. Like you have to write about the face, about his build, about his clothes, about his expressions. And you have to also write about personality traits. That means the habit of a person, the attitude, the behavior of the person. You have to write all about these things so that the people can imagine about the whole things of describing the personality of the person. Now, if you have the essay to describe a place or a thing, you have to mention these points here. Like I'm mentioning here, details to be written about the places or the things. Like you have to describe the physical description, that is moving from general to specific. Again, if you are writing about any particular place, then you start from different famous places and then come to your specific one or the famous one or that particular one about which you are writing the essay. Then you have to write about the characteristics, moving from general to specific, about the main characteristics and properties of that place or the thing. Then you have to write finer details if you're writing about anything, any particular thing. You have to mention its size, color, shape, texture, and structure. If you are writing about any place, then you have to mention about the atmosphere there, that how much, which type of atmosphere is surrounding that place. Then you have to mention the qualities of the object or the thing if you have to write, if you want to write the essay about it. I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm mentioning here some of the topics for descriptive essay writing. Okay, these are some of the important topics, but these are not the topics which can come in your examination from my side, but they are the most important topics. And there are some topics like that, or from these topics also, these can come in your examination. So you have to practice for all of them. The first one is the teacher I remember. It means about your favorite teacher. Next is my favorite uncle and aunt. It means about your favorite relative, any favorite relative. Next is my favorite personality. Now, this topic is about any personality who is famous all over the world, uh, or all over the country. But remember that for my favorite personality, it is not written about your relative. You cannot write about any relative in the topic my favorite personality, because it is wrong. Actually, my favorite personality means the person who is famous for a uh, uh, all over the country or all over the world. The fourth one is a historical place. It means we have to mention about some historical place or write about the details about the historical place, like Mohenjo-daro, like Harappa. These are some of the historical places, or any other you can write about them. Number fifth is a scenic place. Scenic place means wherever there is a scenery, there park, seasides, whatever places that you have to describe all the things about that place in detail. Now I hope you have understood till here. I'm moving to another kind of essay. Next is the narrative essay. Narrative essay, I have told you, a narrative essay is focused on telling a story, because when we are narrating something, or we are describing something in our own words, it takes the type of the story. So we can say that a narrative essay is based on telling a story. A narrative essay includes important details about the incident or the event. You know that it means whenever we write a narrative essay, we must add the important details, even the smaller one, but the important details about the incident, about the event, about any particular function. You have to describe each and every detail which are most important, even they are the little ones. Now some details to be written which must be added to be written during writing of the narrative essay, that when and where the event incident took place. It means you have to mention the place of the event or the incident, and also the date and the day of the event or the incident. It means you have to write about the place as the and the day when that incident or the event occurred or happened. The next thing which you should keep in mind, what happened there. It means you have to include the significant details here in the in different paragraphs, whatever had been done during the event or during the incident. Now next is, what is its significance at personal level? That what is the importance of that event or incident, why you remember it, why it is so much famous for you, or why it is so much important for you at personal level, that at your own level, at societal level, or at country level. Like what is the effect of all those things um, on the country people, on the people living in your surrounding. Okay, now some tips to be applied here, which should be very much necessary so that your essay becomes so much attractive and effective as well, so that people can get lesson from that. The first one is make an outline of the plot. It means you have to select the points which you want to write here in the narrative essay for the body part mostly. Now you have to describe the important characters who were there present at the spot of the incident or at the time of the event. Describe the scene in detail. It means you have to describe the scene in detail by adding the little things as well, or the most important things or details about the event or the incident. Now some topics for narrative essays I have given here. These are so much important. You have to practice for all of them in your rough notebooks. The first one is a road accident. It means if a person has seen a road accident, then he has to add all the details, where it happened, when it happened, how much loss was there, how much damage was there, and if the people are damaged or they had got injuries or not, whatever, you have to write everything in detail. Now the next topic is a memorable day. Memorable means which cannot be forgettable, and you have to write in detail about your Eid day, about your birthday, about your annual celebration day, a school function or sports function, whatever it is, you have to add the significant details for that. Number third is an unforgettable day. This is same like memorable day, which you cannot be forgotten, and you can write each and every detail, how it starts, which people are participating in it, and who were the guests. And if it is an incident, then you have to mention about the people who were near the uh, uh, incident where it took place, and you have to write about the people's reaction, what they were doing there. They were making the movies at the spot of incidents, or they were helping the people, whatever is there, you have to know. Nida, in the memorable day, this is not about the picnic. Remember this thing. You cannot write about any picnic in these two topics, a memorable day or an unforgettable day. When you are writing about the picnic, it means the topic should be a picnic at seaside or a simply a picnic, yeah, an excursion day. Okay, remember these things. The fourth one is a terrible earthquake. That means the horrible one, fearful one. So you have to write about the detail about the earthquake, whether you have seen it directly or whether you have seen it in the news. You have to mention the place and the time of the incident and how much loss was there because of the earthquake, buildings damaged, people's loss. We have to mention everything, and what were the government doing, what the government is doing at that time. So you have to mention everything in detail, because in narrative and descriptive essay and the third one also, you have to write everything in detail. Essay is not a short note. Okay, you have to write at least 2 pages, 2 big pages, journal pages. So you have to write everything in detail. Number fifth one is a horrible dream. Horrible means dreadful. You are afraid of that. So if you have seen any dream in your sleeping or which was horrible, so you have to write about that horrible dream. Okay, remember that thing. You are not writing it when you are not sleeping. Dream always means when you see something during your sleep. Now I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm moving to the third one, that is compare and contrast essay. Compare and contrast essay, you all know that it means there should be a comparison between two things. So you have to write the details about two things here. So it must be very lengthy as compared to the narrative and descriptive essay. A compare and contrast essay includes the similarities and the differences between two things. Now remember that when we are writing the compare and contrast essay, when we have got the topic, it means we have to write the similarities between two things first, and then we have to write the differences between those two things, as well as the contrast between two things. One more thing which I want to share with you, that you have to write. It means if you are writing the comparison between two things in the body part, then first of all, you have to complete the details of the one thing in 2 or 3 paragraphs, then write the details of the second thing in other paragraphs, fourth, fifth paragraphs. Okay, do not write or do not mix the sentences in each paragraph. Now, some of the topics which I want to show you for compare and contrast essays are here. The first one is city and village life. You all know that city and village life are totally different. Many of the differences are there. So you could write the differences in different paragraphs in detail. Okay, for city as well as for village. And the second one is blessings and curses of science. That means you have to write in detail about blessings and curses of science. You all know that it is actually about the scientific inventions. The third one is advantages and disadvantages of computer. You all know that people are using computer in very bad things, or you know that they misuse it. So please, you have to use it very carefully and write the in details about the advantages and disadvantages separately. Next point is uses and the next topic is uses and abuses of mobile phones. You all know that mobile phones are very much necessary for us during this era, and without mobile phones we can't do anything. So you have to mention here the uses and abuses, how we are using it and how we are abusing it. So you have to mention then uses, mention the uses in a separate paragraph, and mention the misuses or abuses of mobile phones in a separate paragraph. Now the fifth topic which I have mentioned here is advantages and disadvantages of internet. You know that internet is the most powerful thing nowadays, and without that we are not able to connect with other people nowadays. You know that today, in today's time, the pandemic, COVID, coronavirus pandemic is going on, and we have to take your online classes during by the help of internet. So you know that it is a very much powerful invention of today's time. So you can write the advantages in separate paragraphs and disadvantages of internet in separate paragraphs. I hope you have understood everything which I have discussed very much in detail. Now, if you have not understood anything, you can ask me now. I'm giving you time to ask me any question. And one more thing, when I will upload the video, then you can go to the Google Classroom and find out the video and see it again and again, so that if you have missed any part of the lecture, you will get it. And you want to, if you want to, students, are you hearing me? I want to talk to you that I want to tell you that I hope you have understood everything very clearly. If you have got any question, please ask me so that I will give you replies. Now, if you have got any question, please ask me here in the chat box. Do you have any question? If you have got any question, please ask me here. Little bit time is left. I hope you have understood everything very clearly. Now I want to tell you that please do practice of all the topics which I have mentioned here in the lecture, in the rough notebooks. You have to practice for the descriptive essay writing, narrative essay writing, and compare and contrast essay writing. All the three kinds of essays will come in your examination. You know that there will be three essays given in the question and you have to select any one of them. So three essays means three different kinds of essays will be given to you in your final examination. That one selected from the descriptive one, second one selected from the narrative one, and the third one must be selected from the compare and contrast essays. So you should be very careful when you are writing the essays and you should follow all the points for writing the essays. And remember, I have given you some tips or some important points for each kind of essay. So you have to follow those tips also. If there is any question, if you want to ask any question, please ask me because only 2 or 3 minutes are left. No questions? Now please tell me whether you have understood or not. Please reply, hurry up. No one is replying. Where are you, students? Please reply whether you have understood or not. Okay, very nice, Nida. You have understood. Very nice. Other people, I hope you all have understood. So please reply so that I can understand whether you have understood or not. You should remember that you have to do the practice for all the three kinds of essays by selecting different topics for each kind. Anything which you want to ask? Now we have discussed in details essay writing today, in which we have discussed the three kinds of essay and the steps to write an essay. So please do the practice for the topics mentioned here in the lecture so that you have got a good practice for writing the different kinds of essays. You don't want to ask anything. It means you have understood everything. Okay, now I want to end my lecture here. We will meet inshallah in the next week. If there will be your schools reopen from Monday, then we will inform you. Otherwise, your online classes will be continued and you all know that the time is 11:50. So you should be there on time from Monday to Friday. Okay, I want to end my lecture here. Allah Hafiz.